Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, July the 4th, 2025. Welcome to another eBay video. In today's eBay video, we're going to be discussing a huge problem that has really gone off the charts this last week. Deadbeat bidders on eBay. Let me tell you something. I swear to God, I have not experienced anything like this since 1999. What a mess the eBay platform is with deadbeat bidders. Wait till you hear the stories I've got to tell you about all the people that haven't paid me this week and how it's happening and how I'm still being promised immediate payment. If I accept these offers, I'm getting nothing. But I'm going to tell you what I'm doing about it. I'm also going to talk about a crazy item not received case and nag notifications. Not nag messages, nag notifications. Those are my three main topics for tonight. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start with nag notifications. I was at an eBay summit 2 weeks ago, and one of the executives said that eBay is now sending numerous she didn't say nag, but notifications to eBay buyers to keep them informed as to where their item is from the very second they purchase it as it makes its way through the system to their location. The eBay executive claims that buyers like this. Now, maybe some of them do. I don't. I bought 2 items this week on eBay, all right, which I want to resell locally. Let me tell you something. If I need something, I'm going to check Amazon first, because this is just plain ridiculous. The first thing is this box of clips I bought, all right? You would think it was the Hope freaking Diamond. I cannot tell you how many nag notifications I got on that one small box. When I say notifications, I'm not saying that they're contacting you through the eBay contact system. I'm saying you get the piano music on your iPhone and you think something important is happening. Maybe a customer sending you a best offer. Maybe a potential customer is asking you a question. It's these consistent nag notifications about this one item. Because I bought 2 items this week, I got a double dose. I will not be buying anything on eBay next week. This is something they really need to fix. So guys, for those of you guys who bought something on eBay in the last week or so, have you been peppered with unnecessary nag notifications? Out for delivery, all kinds of things like that. It's just ridiculous. Hey, maybe some people go for that kind of thing. I don't. All right? I don't. And it's driving me away from the platform. End of story there as far as buying. Crazy story was an item not received case. We've all had them. We've all had item not received cases where the tracking showed it was delivered to the buyer's address. But what makes this one different than all the rest is how long he waited to open the item not received case. Did he wait a few weeks? A month? 2 months? He waited over 3 months. 3 months. He purchased the item the beginning of March. And he just opened an item not received case now saying that that's not the proper address. Where was he the last 3 months? I don't know what to say. All I did was I responded as I'm supposed to. And I really don't know why we need to even respond when eBay has the valid tracking number uploaded already. But yeah, that's what I did, and we'll see how it plays out. Main topic of the video is something that's really upsetting me. And I'm going to have to watch my Italian temper as I talk it through this video, because I'm going to probably lose it again. Because in the past, well, actually, in last week's video, I made a statement, and I want to tell you that statement again, and I want to correct it. In last week's video, I said that I'm getting numerous people from outside of the United States who will send me offers and never pay, because eBay gives them 4 days to pay, and even if they don't pay, it's not required and there are no ramifications. That is why I do not accept any offers from people in Puerto Rico or Canada, no matter what the offer is. I had more problems this week, but I'm not even going to get into that now. As long as I decline, everything's fine. In last week's video, I said that eBay seems to have solved the problem with domestic best offers, and that immediate payment was coming through fairly well on a regular basis. And I will say now on camera, I was wrong. The defense is wrong. Are you sure? I'm positive. How could you be so sure? I'll tell you. Do you want to know how many deadbeat bidders I had on eBay this week where I was given a reasonable offer on the item? eBay told me I would be paid right away, and I was not only not paid right away, I was not paid at all. Well, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to show you. Okay? The first one, well, this is not the first one. This is just one I grabbed at random. This is what it looks like. Notice, we'll automatically process the buyer's payment if you accept. Okay? I accepted every one of the ones I'm going to read to you, and I didn't receive a goddamn dollar. I think it's absolutely despicable that this is allowed to go on in the year 2025. Now you'll say, well, Joe, maybe you just were unlucky and you got a bunch of deadbeats that have no money in their account. Well, when I go through this list, I'm going to tell you how much each item was. I'm going to tell you the feedback amount the person had. And something's really wrong on eBay's end. Really bad. And I'm going to tell you what I'm doing to combat it. Okay. I'm going to go in order, starting with the most expensive down to the cheapest. The most expensive was the one I just showed you, $70 plus shipping. The buyer had a feedback of 20 and made a couple of purchases this month. Only I didn't see a dollar from them. Next one, $63 plus shipping. Feedback of 7. Next one, $50. Feedback of 74. Next one, $35. Feedback, 591. They didn't pay. Next one, a mere $15 plus shipping with a feedback of 2. Out of South Orange, New Jersey. That one, okay, I'll admit, that one really didn't surprise me. What is going on here, folks? What is going on, and how can we stop it? Well, what would you do, firstly? Let's just say it's Monday morning at 8 o'clock. You get a reasonable best offer. eBay says you're going to get paid immediately. You accept the offer. No payment comes through. At what point do you decide you need to act? Me, I know for a fact if an hour goes by and I don't have payment, chances are I'm not getting it. I used to wait a whole day, 24 hours, and if I didn't get payment, I would then block the scoundrel and I would end the listing and relist the item. I have shortened that time frame down. No. Let me explain. From a legal standpoint, when you make a promise in writing and you renege on the promise, I believe that's called either breach of promise or breach of contract. And that seems to be what's going on here. I am not a lawyer. I'm not making believe I'm one. But I'm telling you, something stinks, okay? So, what I'm doing, obviously I'm blocking all these scoundrels that have no money on their cards or whatever the problem is. I don't want to deal with them. But I'm also going ahead and I'm ending every one of the listings. Now you're probably thinking, well, Joe, why are you doing that? Because maybe the fact that, all right, they're a deadbeat bidder, maybe it will help you in search. Let's look at the other side of the coin. Just because I blocked the scoundrel does not mean they cannot come back in 3 or even 4 days and make the purchase because of a quirk in the eBay rules. I'm not looking to sell anything 3 or 4 days later. My name is not Rick Harrison, and I'm not running a pawn shop. If I'm told I'm going to be paid immediately, I'm accepting the offer based on that. And any violation of those terms makes the deal null and freaking void, okay? So, bang, I end all of them. That means the person can't possibly get the item from me, even if they put the money back on their card. I then click Sell Similar, all right? And I usually up the price a couple of dollars just because I can, and I relist it. Now, the one thing every one of these deadbeat items has in person this week, how many was there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them. The one thing they all have in common is that they're items I listed recently. I don't know if that bears anything on the case, but as I said, as far as the deadbeats, they range in feedback from 2 up to 591. Okay? I really don't get it. And I've been checking. I've been going back periodically to check the feedback of these 5 scoundrels to see if maybe they bought the same item from somebody else. And I haven't seen evidence of that. I don't know. I honestly don't know what is causing this problem. I used to think that it was people not having any money on their card. But think about it. The one person offered me $15. Who can't afford that? And if you don't have that money on your card, you really shouldn't be worried about putting hubcaps back on your car, in my opinion. You should be worried about other things. So, in my opinion, for what it's worth, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. I decided to make a post on Facebook in one of the groups explaining my situation and asking people what their opinion was and had they noticed it. And several people wrote in and said, yes, up till this week, I never really had a problem. But it seems like eBay has changed the rules this week, and they're also getting non-paying buyers. They need to change the verbiage right now on best offers when they're presented to us. I really think this could be grounds. I really think this could be grounds for some kind of legal action. They need to put the correct verbiage in. For instance, with international buyers, they could write, the buyer has up to 4 days to pay, but there's no guarantee he's going to pay, so you may wind up relisting the item, and we are not going to punish the bad buyer at all. Now, will they do that? Absolutely not. You know they won't. For domestic sales, I really wish they would require immediate payment. They said they would. They gave us their word. They backtracked a little, But this week, they seem to have totally thrown caution to the wind. Immediate payment is no longer required. Please don't expect to always get it. Occasionally, you will. This week, I believe I had 2 or 3 people actually pay immediately. And I love those people. But as far as the rest are concerned, no, I don't. It ain't right. So what they need to do is change the verbiage. Since they're not going to require immediate payment, they could say something like, in some cases you'll be paid immediately, but in many cases you won't. In fact, in some cases, you're not going to be paid at all. And if you're one of the unlucky sellers that's got one of our deadbeat bidders, oh well, suck it up, because we're not going to punish the deadbeat bidder. Now, of course, that's never going to happen. And nothing close to it's even going to happen. Would I be happy? I'd be happy if they just fixed it so immediate payment was required. And if you'll say, well, Joe, suppose they register a card and it doesn't have enough money on it, or maybe it does and then they deplete it. Very simple. Very simple. The very first time it happens, their account should be locked up. Instantly locked up. And they should receive one of those MC999 messages that used to be so prolific in the old days. Your account has been locked up because you haven't paid. Simple as that. Now, as sellers, let's say we get a return this week for $300 and we don't have that in our eBay account. They go into our backup credit card account and they take it out of that, right? You know they do. So why can't they do that with these bad buyers? It's another double standard. And guys, if I sit here and I seem like I'm being negative, I am. I work hard on my eBay listings. I make sure I have all the proper information, and I'm not at all against giving the customer a break on the price. If somebody offers me $50 on a $60 item, and eBay tells me I'm going to be paid right away, I swear I'm accepting the offer. Everybody wins, right? Well, no. Because I'm not getting paid right away, and I'm not getting paid at all. And as I said earlier, I think it's despicable that eBay cannot fix this. They are so quick to fix things that they want to fix. For instance, having sellers who sell brand new auto parts on eBay Motors offer free returns. They implemented that in one freaking month. How many years has it been they've been promising immediate payment with best offers and they still haven't done it? Conservatively, 5 years. I'm disgusted, okay? I'm disgusted. There's one other nag message I want to bring up before I go, right after I take this drink of Gatorade. And this is the first time I've ever received consistent nag messages on this one topic. And the topic is eBay Open 2025 in Las Vegas. How many of you guys have gotten repeated messages through the eBay contact system, through your registered email, and maybe even by phone? Talk to me about that. I want to hear about this. In years gone by, sure, they've hyped it, and rightly so. No complaints. But this year, they've gone just over the top. All right? Today's July 4th, and they still haven't sold out the event. So I think that might be the problem. I really do. Because I can tell you, not only have I been getting nag messages through eBay repeatedly, not only emails, but I also received a phone call. Yeah. if they want to solve the problem, they need to have some of these events on the East Coast. It's too much of a burden on East Coast members to truck their butts all the way out to the West Coast. It's, flying 6 hours is a real downer. I don't know if any of you guys have done it. I've done it many times since 2014, and I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Coming home on the plane, because of the time difference and jet lag, I can't keep my eyes open. I'm just constantly nodding off. I really wish they would start helping out the East Coast members and having it out here, not every year, no, but once in a while. Just once in a while is all I'm asking. It's too much of a drain on us. And I realize that it would be an expense, a big expense, to fly the eBay executives from San Jose, California, here to New York City. I totally get it. Which is why I would never expect them to hold it here every year. But again, I don't think it's right that it's held out in Las Vegas every single year. That's my personal feeling. Excuse me. Take a drink. I'm getting dry here because it's just been a negative Nancy week. Sales this week were once again slower than usual. This whole summer has been dreadful. And I've been getting a crap load of ridiculously low best offers. All right? The most egregious one that I can think of was I had an item that was $113. All right? Everybody else on eBay that has it is asking more. I'm the cheapest. And I get this clown that offers me $30. I declined his offer, wrote him a little love note, and blocked him. $30 on a $113 item. That's the most egregious, but I would say 80% of my best offers this week were less than half of what I'm asking. And anytime I get that, it's an automatic decline. And then again, I got all those offers that were reasonable that never paid. Never paid. A couple of months ago, I called up eBay, or I requested a callback because it was getting out of hand. And they basically said to me, Joseph, we understand what you're saying, but there's no way for us to tell how much a buyer has on their card when they register that card. All we can tell is that the card is valid. Okay? So that's where my idea comes into play. If these people are going to sting us and not pay, immediately lock their card up. Lock it up tighter than 4 freaking knocks so they can't do this to any more sellers. You're an adult, for Christ's sake. Act like an adult and show responsibility. Until eBay institutes better protections on best offers, look out. Look freaking out, my friends, because it's going to be a rough ride. I'm Crazy New York Driver, you're not. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. 2 important points: informative, yet entertaining. It's really imperative that you comment below if you've experienced any of the problems that I have related to you, because I really want to know how far wide this problem is with people not paying on best offers. It's just, I got to end this video before I go into one of my things. I want all of you guys to have a happy rest of your 4th of July, or if you're watching this on Saturday, 5th of July. And I hope you make some good sales on eBay. Yeah, right? Enjoy the rest of your day. Rock on and peace.